Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to the Rideshare Hub. My name is Dylan, and thank you so much for coming back to my channel. It's so good to see you guys. My name's Dylan, and I'm an Uber and a Lyft driver, and today I'm going over 7 mistakes that Uber and Lyft drivers make every day. I know, I've made a lot of these myself too, so I'm not in the clear. These are things that I've learned. I've also taken a lot of Uber and Lyft rides as a passenger too, for research purposes, and also I lived in the Bay Area and parking was just a total mess, so I take Uber and Lyfts all the time, and there's so many mistakes that I would see drivers make. Maybe it's because I'm a driver too, so I would just notice them, but today I'm going over 7 of them. So before I get into the video, make sure to smash the thumbs up button and subscribe if you want to see more videos on this channel about Uber and Lyft. So also, comment down below where you drive, how long you've been driving. I am pretty curious. Introduce yourself. It's nice to meet you. Okay, so now let's get into the 7 mistakes that Uber and Lyft drivers make every day. Oh my gosh, crazy. All right, so the first mistake that I've made this mistake a lot, but the first mistake that Uber and Lyft drivers make a lot is that they cash out their earnings. And what that means is that Uber and Lyft say, oh yeah, you can cash out your earnings whenever you want. They do deposit it into your bank account every Monday or Tuesday, but if you want it during the week before, you can cash it out. However, they do charge you 50 cents. And I know some people, they cash out, they say, oh, I cash out every day, or I cash out 5 times a day. And guys, that really adds up. I don't want to be paying, the credit company 50 cents every time I cash out. So now I always wait till the very, it's free if you just wait till the end of the week. But yeah, maybe once or twice here and there if you really need to pay for something. But yeah, that's a big mistake because you don't want to be wasting those money. It adds up. All right, so the second mistake that I see a lot of drivers make is that they drive a brand new car or a leased car. When you drive a new car, say you just bought a 2019 Toyota Corolla, right? Or maybe it's 2020 now when you're watching this, whatever year. Say you buy a brand new Toyota Corolla, right? That car is valued at around $30,000. If you're driving it for Uber and Lyft, you're losing so much money on depreciation. After you put on the first 15,000 miles on your car, 20,000 miles, your car just dropped in value almost in half. Cars depreciate so fast, so what you want to do, you want to find a nice, it's a semi-nice, cheap used car. This car right here costed me $5,000. And, when I'm putting on a bunch of miles, after I put on 10, 20,000 miles, the car only lost about a couple $100 in depreciation, rather than if I was driving a brand new car and losing thousands. And also with a leased car, leased cars have, again, they have limits on how many miles you can drive per year. So I know some people, they drive a leased car and they're like, yeah, I ran out of my limit on my mileage, so now I can't even drive my car anymore. So that's another mistake that a lot of drivers make. All right, the third mistake is that a lot of drivers, and this is something that I've done as well, is that they drive during non-peak hours. So when you're driving Uber and Lyft, you really want to maximize the time that you do spend on the road. For me, I just drive part-time, so I like to drive when it's super busy, and then when it's not busy, I don't drive. That way I'm not wasting time just sitting around waiting for rides. So that means driving during peak hours, Monday through Friday during rush hour, and then Friday and Saturday nights. You could drive, if you're driving between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m., people are just, they're already at work, they're just chilling. You might get 1 or 2 rides here and there, but nothing great. So I definitely recommend driving during peak hours. All right, mistake number 4 that a lot of drivers make is that they drive full time. When you're driving Uber and Lyft, you really want to use it as a way to supplement your income. Driving Uber and Lyft full time, it's not a career. Like, they don't provide any benefits. There's no, you can't progress. Once you become a really good driver, you're still making the same amount of money. Obviously, if you lost your job and you're looking for a job, it's totally fine to drive full time. But people who quit their job and then they plan on driving Uber and Lyft forever, full time, it's really taxing. There are definitely exceptions, like, you know, let's say you retire from your job and then you just want to drive Uber and Lyft and you feel like driving full time. That's, I mean, yeah, there are exceptions, but for the most part, you don't want to quit your job and start driving full time, because most people realize that, oh shoot, I don't even want to drive full time. So I definitely recommend driving part time on top of having a normal job that does provide benefits and like a set wage. When you're driving Uber and Lyft, there's just no room for growth. You know, you don't get a promotion after you complete 1,000 rides. You know, you can complete 20,000 rides and you're still making the same amount of money as a driver who just signed up. So definitely keep that in mind. All right, the fifth mistake that a lot of drivers make every day, this is one that I made for months when I first started driving. Well, maybe a few weeks, and then I learned pretty quickly that doesn't really make sense. They drive around looking for rides. Like sometimes I'll drop somebody off and I don't have a ride request. You know, what do you do? Should you drive around looking for passengers, or should you just park, chill, and wait for the ride to come? I vote park, chill, and wait for the ride to come. First of all, when you're driving around, you're putting miles on your car and you're wasting gas, and you're wasting car depreciation, and you're wasting maintenance on your car. Every single time I put a mile on my car, you know, that's 1 mile closer to getting my next oil change. That's 1 mile closer to my starter going out. You know, there's just wear and tear. And secondly, when you're driving around, you actually could be potentially driving away from passengers. It's not in your best interest at all to drive around looking for rides, because there could be passengers right here. You just drop somebody off and then you're driving away, and then now that person in that area that you just were in, now he orders a ride, right? Now who do you think is going to get that ride? Not you, because you just left that area. So you could potentially just be driving around in circles away from passengers. So just whenever you finish a ride, park, sit, and wait for the ride request to come. Trust me, it will come, I promise. All right, so the sixth mistake that a lot of drivers make is that they speed or drive dangerously. I know it's like really tempting that when you're going to pick up a passenger, you want to get there as fast as you can. You know, you want to make every minute, every second count. You think, oh, you know, I'll pick up that passenger, I'll get there faster, that way, you know, I can drop them off really quick, do a bunch of rides. It's really not going to make the world of a difference if you drive around speeding, trying to get your next passenger. If you get there 1 minute faster, drive safely, smoothly. First of all, your passenger will really appreciate a much safer ride. They don't really care if they get there 30 seconds faster. They just want to get there safely and smoothly. And you don't want to risk getting a ticket or getting into an accident trying to pick up your passenger. So, and also drive the speed limit too. I actually did get a ticket for running. It was like technically a red light. It was a right turn, yellow to red. Is a long story, but basically drive the speed limit and follow all traffic laws. Extra careful, you know. My friends actually kind of make fun of me when I drive them around. They go, oh, you drive like an Uber driver. I go, yeah, no duh. I want to drive safely and smoothly. I usually drive on the right side of the freeway. You know, I go the speed limit. I'm not that guy going in the left lane going 85. You know, I usually go like 65, 70. I always follow the flow of traffic. I don't want to get into an accident. You know, driving is dangerous enough. So just follow the speed limit, drive safely and smoothly. All right, so the seventh mistake that a lot of Uber and Lyft drivers unfortunately do make, and you know, I have experienced this myself as a passenger, and I've also talked to a lot of my friends. Obviously, I talk to my friends about their Uber and Lyft experience. There's a lot of drivers who talk too much, be creepy, and flirt with their passengers. I mean, I have several friends who are females, who are girls, and they've told me, oh, I get hit on by my Uber drivers all the time. And a lot of times when I take Uber and Lyft, I have my drivers talking to me, being creepy, asking me where I'm going, you know, like literally exactly where I'm going, how long I'm going there for. Like it's just a little, it's not even a little too much. It's way too much. So when you're driving, just, you know, don't ask too many personal questions. Your passengers don't want to, unless they bring it up, then fine, then you can talk about it. But, you know, just be cautious. Do not be creepy. Don't be that creepy Uber driver who's trying to flirt with his passenger, trying to ask your passenger out. If you think your passenger's cute and you want to ask them out, don't do it. You know, you wouldn't do that at your other job. You can actually get deactivated for it. if your passenger reports you. So yeah, sorry to get serious, but also not sorry, because it is very serious. So anyways guys, those are the top 7 mistakes that a lot of Uber and Lyft drivers are making. So now you know what other people are doing. Maybe, you know, you make that mistake. I have made, you know, a couple of those mistakes as well. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit the thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe if you do want to be notified whenever I post videos about Uber and Lyft. It will help you out, I promise. There's something to learn from, you know, hearing me, from hearing my experience. I always talk to other new drivers. I'm always trying to provide the best content for rideshare drivers. This is the Rideshare Hub, you know. Might as well make it the best place for rideshare drivers. So thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to y'all soon. Have a great day, guys.